Hey, welcome back to the Board Game Closet. My name's Jimmy.
My name's Rod.
I'm Jordan.
And today we're going to be taking a look at Splendor. This is made by Space Cowboys. It plays in about 30 minutes and is for 2 to 4 players. So why don't we see what comes in the box. Do you want to tell us about the components?
Sure. We're going to jump right into the components. So the first thing is the box itself. You can see that it comes with the preformed sections. For the most part, this is great, with the exception of when the sets get flipped on its side. Sometimes these have a tendency to kind of slip out, and you'll hear them banging around a little bit. But all in all, it's nice for the companies to do stuff like this for us. So I think that's a big plus. When it comes to the components itself, there's not much to the game. There's these chips, which Jimmy will actually explain how they're used in the game. These are fantastic. They're actually very, they're kind of heavy, they're thick. I think they add a lot to the game. The graphics and stuff that are used in the game are good. The cards are good, card stock's good. As you can see, when it comes to the representation of the people, it's really nice thick cardboard. The cards themselves, nice sized cards, are not too small. A lot of games you'll see them go into those really tiny ones, and but these are not doing it. And they also got some nice photographs. And again, I mean, the game itself is simple, so you don't have to expect that much out of it. But it does have nice quality pieces.
Yeah, I totally agree. You get a lot for your money, I think. So let's talk about how you play Splendor. The premise behind Splendor is that you're a rich merchant and you're looking to buy gems and mines and artisans to build you, take your raw gems and turn them into beautiful jewels. And so that's kind of the premise. I'll say it's very loose. Probably the extent of this theme is the artwork, and that's it. But that's okay, because at the end of the day, it's really the mechanic that you're enjoying in this game where you're exchanging. At the beginning of the game, the rules tell you how to set it up based off of the number of people, but in essence, you're going to have maybe 3 or 4 of these artisans, these noble people, and then you're going to have 3 rows of different valued cards, I guess would be the way that you could say it. And then that's it. Nobody gets anything to start. It's just you set the board up, and then you have options. So on a turn, you can do, I think, 4 things. So you can either pick up 3 types of gems or jewels, whatever, gems, I guess. So you get to choose. You can get 3 of different types. So you could come in here and you could say, all right, I want to get a red, a white, and a blue. Forgive me that I don't know the names of these gems, jewels. So you could get 3 different kinds, or you can get 2 of the same kind, except the only way to do that is if there's at least 4 of a kind in a pile. So that keeps you from always just taking all the green and then nobody else can get green. But if you take 2 of a kind, there has to be at least 4 in a stack. The other thing that you can do is you can reserve a card. So if you say, this is a card I really want, I'm going to take this card, I'm going to reserve it, so I don't have it yet, I don't have the use of it yet, but I reserve it in my hand, and then you get a gold, which the gold acts as a wild card, so this can be used for anything. Or the last thing that you can do is if you have the required gems, you can purchase a card. So the way that you purchase a card, down here in the bottom is the price or the cost to purchase this. So in this particular card, it's 1 blue, 3 green, and 1 red. So if you had either a combination of, if you actually had all of these in your hand, so if I had 1 blue, 3 green, and a red, if I had all of these in my hand, then I could purchase this card. You take the card, you put the gems in, and now this card is yours. And what this card now does is it gives you a free blue every time. So you place that in front of you, and now I've got a free blue. And every round, whenever I go to purchase another one, like this one here costs 1 blue, 2 red, and 2 black, I've already got my blue for that one. It's right here. And so if I purchase this card, now I'd have a blue and a green for free. So on your turn, you can either pick up gems, you can buy a card, or reserve a card. So why would you want to reserve a card? So let's just say that I'd already bought these and a new one comes out on the board, right? And so Rod's like, man, I really need that white one right there, that diamond, but I don't have everything that it takes right now. I'm going to go ahead and take that, reserve it, and you get a free wild card for that. So you can only hold up to 3 cards in your hand, so you can't just do that the whole game. And you can only have 10 gems or jewels in your stash at one time. So that's 2 ways to keep you from just hoarding everything throughout the game. So once you get to 10, you have to spend them, or you can't buy any more gems. So that's basically how it works. So you're going to continue buying cards to build up your repertoire, or your stash, I guess, so that you can buy bigger cards. So the cards that are on the bottom generally don't give you any victory points, but as you go up, these cards give you more and more. So like this one right here gives you 5 victory points, but it costs you 7 blue and 3 green. So the odds of you getting 7 blue in your hand and 3 green, it's not going to be. So you have to purchase these lower cards to get up to be able to buy the higher cards. And something else happens in the game. If you ever get a certain amount of cards that matches what's on the noble or the artisan card, then this person automatically comes and visits you, and you get the victory points associated with that person. So for this woman here, she needs 4 red and 4 green. So if I got 4 green cards in front of me and 4 red cards in front of me, then I would get this, and then that would add to my victory points. The game continues until someone scores 15 points or more. Once they score 15 points, it continues around, and then the game ends. And at that point, whoever has the most victory points is the winner of the game. So you could actually trigger the end of the game, and then someone else beat you, because they would have another opportunity to play. They get a card and go more than you, and they could win the game. So that's how you play Splendor. It's just a buy this to get that, get 15 points, and you win the game. So. Okay, so let's talk about what we think about Splendor. Your thoughts on the game?
Sure. First of all, the game is a light game. You know, it's not a game that you're going to get real involved with. First time we played it, we were at Gen Con. It was on a Sunday or Saturday night. There was a football game on. So we were watching the football game, we're playing this, we're eating food, and we're having other discussions. So the game was fun. It does hold, you know, your attention. You want to win. And there's things you want to do. And there's strategy involved and stuff. But it is a light game. But I mean, I think it's a fun game.
Yeah. What do you think, Jordan?
I think it didn't really. I feel like you didn't really do anything with the jewels. Like it felt like you're not exactly being what it said you were being, but it ended up being fun. Like the jewels itself were pretty cool having it, because you just start playing with them.
Play with them in your hand.
You have them as if they are jewels, and it does feel like some old, it's like some. I'm not trying to be mean to like old people or anything, but it feels like an old person game that you see these bunch of old people playing, because you have all these things going on and you don't know exactly what's happening at first. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, it's definitely, like I kind of said at the beginning, the mechanic is really what it's all about. You know,
right.
Kind of like if you play rummy or cards, some kind of basic deck of cards game, you know, there's really not a point to it other than I'm collecting this to lay down that. You know, that's it. You know, if you play a lot of hand and foot or something like that, all you're doing is just getting this card, getting these, and then ta-da, we win. You know, and that's what this is. So you really get lost in the mechanic, and it just happens to have some beautiful artwork on it, some nice pieces to play with. So it's not just a 52 card deck game, you know, it's something different than that. So. Sure. So it is what it is, but I really enjoyed the game. I thought that it was fun. My wife likes it. This is definitely a game that I could get my family to play at Christmas or Thanksgiving, something like that. I could pull this out. This is a great game to take on the road with you. You could throw this in the truck, and then when you're sitting down to eat dinner, like you said, like we did, just pull this out, you know, and play it. It's not going to be complicated. I even heard one guy online say he ditched the box, which I would never do, but he put all the cards just in a little bag and then threw it in his backpack, and he went, and you could totally do that, because it's all it is some cards and these poker chips. So that's definitely an option. It would travel well if you wanted to do that. So easy to understand. It's just literally, this is all it is, just a 4-page with a front and a back, you know, that's all it is, you know, and so it's not going to be that hard for you to figure out, and if you have any questions, you flip real quick and there the answer is. So it's really easy. So at the end of our reviews, we like to give you a 1-die rating. Do we think that this game is green? Go buy it and add it to your collection. Do we think it's white? Maybe you wouldn't buy it, but you definitely play it if it was out. And then red, you wouldn't play it and you wouldn't buy it, and you'd tell people not to play it or buy it. So that's our 3 ratings. So we'll all kind of secretly get our rating in our hands. and then we will put it out there and reveal. Oh, we got two whites and a green. Okay, so tell us why you gave it a white.
I gave it a white because it's not something that is like really in depth that I would want in a board game. I mean, it's fun, but you have it, so I wouldn't really be going for it. I would play it most of the time when it's on the table, but there's other things I'd want to play first.
Which I think is a great point, because there's a lot of games that I have on the shelf that are like, you know, let's play something else, you know, or let's find something else that interests me more. So sometimes that definitely goes into a white category for me. I say this one's green. I would go buy it again, which is a huge deal for me. Would you buy this game again? I would. The price is cheap. You can get online and or at your local hobby shop for a decent price, and then just add it to the collection, because there's a certain group of people that this I think would be perfect for. Maybe a new gamer or somebody that loves to play cards and stuff. This would hit it for them, and so that's why I have the green.
It was a hard choice for me. I was green before thinking about it, and white, go back and forth. I think the reason I went with white is I do like the games that are more in depth. This would be a good game to add to my collection because of my wife. She would rather play something like this, but I think that for myself, it's one that I'll play if it's on the table. But for me to go out and buy, I would probably go ahead and hold off, just because, again, Jimmy owns the game. I think that the only flaw with the game at all, I think the mechanics are great and what they are. I think the flaw would be that the theme portion of it doesn't do much. You know, like, for instance,
I agree.
You know, that would be the only thing, was maybe with a different theme it would take us to the next level. I don't know, but
yeah, like that's a great point, because you could take the gem thing totally away and put something else on it. You could do like a mobster theme or something, where you're like buying this to give to that guy I mean, you could totally do any other kind of theme and it would work.
Sure.
You know, so which could be a cool idea for somebody
to
retheme it or come up with a print and play version of this game. You could totally do it, and it might actually pull you into the theme a little bit more. Because I didn't know till I read the instructions that you were trying to acquire mines, transportation methods, and artisans. You know, I didn't even know that. Like, I was just thinking, oh, I'm trying to buy this diamond. You know, that's what I didn't know, that's a transportation method. And then I bought a mine down here on the bottom. I didn't know that. But anyways.
But the overall great thing, classically, is that when we did play it, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the time. It was a good game when we played it. So that's the nice thing about it. So you can't go wrong with it. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, because it plays, what, 30 minutes or something is what it says? Yeah, 30 minutes. So that's fast enough. Play a couple rounds and then you're done. So anyways, that's our review of Splendor. You got a white, a green, and a white. Check out our other videos, Board Game Closet on YouTube, and our website, boardgamecloset.com. And as always,
support your local hobby shop.
I think I said like 5 words in that whole video.